secrets that you're trying to lose. The strings of the cosmos, they sing to my soul. Fingers trace the unseen in this grand sprawling roll. I can feel your thoughts dancing in the air, but you keep pretending like there's nothing there. You don't know that I know, but I know it's real. Every hidden thought, every word you conceal, like a spark in the void, I see it so clear. The pulse of the truth draws me near, draws me near, draws me near. The piano plays softly, but it's sharp in my veins, unraveling your mind like decoding the reins. Your essence radiates, it hits me like a tide. There's no use in hiding by the rules you abide. You don't know that I know, but I know it's real. Every hidden thought, every word you conceal, like a spark in the void, I see it so clear. The pulse of the truth draws me near, draws me near, draws me near. It's not a trick, not a guess, I was born to connect. This psychic energy has no room for regret. From the depths of the stars to your heart's subtle glow, you don't know that I know, but now you should know. You don't know that I know, but I see through the light. Every flicker of the flame, every shadow of the night. I feel the echoes, they are whispering your truth. I'm a mirror for the secrets that
Because he
you're
keeps on
trying
saying,
to
he tells
lose.
me that
The
you keep.
Anderson is coming without, whether it's at that. Does that make sense?
The strings of the cosmos, they sing to my soul. Fingers trace the unseen in this grand sprawling roll. I can feel your thoughts dancing in the air, but you keep pretending like there's nothing.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
My co-host. All of a sudden, you don't speak. Yes,
We should be.
I think we're live. So if you guys are going back in there, let us know if you could hear us. And we're running a little delay. Technical difficulties. We just got the
So I
notification.
think they'll probably get notified that there's another stream starting. Somebody's giving us hearts. Thank you. It's working now.
It's working now. this works. No,
No.
that's okay. So I should do this. That's what I did the other time when balloons came out. Okay, so we're live. So
Yes.
let's go back to the beginning. Let's do a rerun, right?
Okay.
So
Well, I
what?
think they got the beginning. I think we started to lose them
So we did. We
somewhere.
went over the candle,
Yes.
and we talked about the subs to subscribe to get your notifications. Hit the little bell. Hit the red button. Push like for us so that everybody else, whoever's looking for recordings of the show, that aren't part of the show, they could become new to the show. And I do want to thank again El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. Thank you for all your support. And I do apologize for being a little behind,
Yes.
like a little behind. So, but I hope you liked the intro. For those of you that heard it, that was something new that they came up with. The name of that song is actually You Don't Know That I Know, But I Know. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. And I do want to say a special thank you. And I don't know if hopefully he's watching right now and saying, what is going on there? Well, I want to say thank you to Javi. He's all the way in Austin. And I'm going to call him, he's our IT person. So he's probably wondering what is happening in El Paso that they cannot figure it out. Sorry, Javi, but thank you again because he's been teaching you quite a bit.
He has. He was an excellent teacher. I learned how to use OBS in one night when we were there. And I've been trying to learn other stuff on my own, but it's not going to quite work today like I thought it would. So we'll try it next time. But
We apologize for that, but
yes,
the good thing that it's still working right now.
yes.
So I also want to say thank you because I guess what?
What?
I have a new banner coming out. I have a
Yes.
new t-shirt coming out, and I want to thank, I now have a graphic designer.
Wow, you're getting fancy.
I know. And her name is Crystal. She has done miracles with the graphics and all that. I just tell her this is how I like things, this is what I want, and boom, 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 she does it. It's
Wow.
incredible. So,
That's
Crystal,
nice.
if you're watching, thank you so much for everything you've done to support me and helping me. And guess what?
What?
Another thing, I have a new friend that's now doing all my t-shirts.
Wow.
And his name, I could tell him now, I'm going to say he's my friend. His name is Ismael Lozano. And he has a big store right in the middle of downtown, in the heart of downtown. If you're looking for wedding stuff, if you're looking for quinceañera stuff, he does it all. If you're looking for material, he has all these materials, and it's called Tela Rio Bravo. It's right in the heart of downtown, and it's at 311 South El Paso Street. You know where all the lights up are there? It's very nice. As for Ismael, tell him Mr. E sent you, and he'll give you a good price. But Ismael, I want to say thank you. I love the t-shirts that you are making for me, and I love the t-shirt that you're going to do after you get. Crystal's going to send you, my graphic designer, I could say,
Wow.
is going to send him the information. And what he does, he has the way they described it,
Mhm.
it's not vinyl. What he does, he integrates the picture into the t-shirt.
Oh.
So it's a new system that he has. And
Okay.
I found that wow. So
Interesting.
very. So make sure you go for all your fabric needs and more, right?
Yeah, you never know.
And he has a tiaras for the quinceañeras. He
Wow.
has a huge store. So again, 311 South El Paso. As for Ismael, tell him Mr. E sent you. So thank you again, Ismael, for those t-shirts. I love them. And you know what? That's what I mean. I'm getting all this support.
Mhm.
I love it. The community is coming around me,
Yes.
and everybody's coming around. I do want to thank you guys for being part of this. I also want to say thank you to Danny, who's not feeling well today. He has the flu, but I want to thank him, and we're going to talk about that in another show about the equipment and how I came about.
Mhm.
There's a story to it. You're not going to believe it, but there's a story.
Mhm.
And we'll be telling you that story. But guess what? Another thing,
What?
we have a studio audience.
Woo!
That is beautiful. I can't believe that now before it was just you and I, and now we have a studio audience. So we actually have people on the other side of the camera looking at us from first time. So it's a little nerve-wracking, huh? That they're looking at us and things weren't working at the beginning.
Exactly.
And that's what it is because we never had a studio audience. So this is getting bigger and bigger. What is
Wow.
going on with all this?
You're gonna need a bigger house.
I think a bigger studio. So, and our studio is growing, isn't it? It sure is. So, again, I want to welcome the studio audience. Let's give them a hand. Thank you so much, studio audience, for coming here. And one more thing,
What?
we have special guests in our
Nice.
studio. And so
Wow.
we're going to be introducing them in a minute, and we're going to tell their story.
Nice.
But before we do that, we are going to start off with forecasting the future. So
Okay.
if any of you have any questions about jobs, about relationships, or if something's coming through, please, what do they have to do? And let's say hello to some of the people first.
Yes. Okay. We have Monica Estrella.
Hey, Monica, thank you for joining us. I want to apologize for the beginning, but we're good now.
Jose Salcido.
Hey, Pepe, thank you for joining us. Thank you. He's a regular here with us. Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Rose Douglas.
Hey, Rosa, nice to meet you. Not meet you, I already know you, but thank you for joining again. Thank you so much for joining us.
Let's see. I can hear us. April Morales.
April, that's a new name. April. Thank you so much, April. Thank you for joining Mystery, the messages from a bus show.
Frank Navarro.
Frank, he's at home looking at us, wondering what's going on with other computer.
Javi did reply. He said, happy to help.
Oh, thank you so much, Javi. He's watching us all the way from Mustang, and I trust you,
Yes.
Javi. We're doing good. We don't need IT in just this minute. We're doing good. We almost gave you a call. We're good. We're
Call me
good.
when I go. Let's see. ¿Dónde me quedé? Focus. Okay. Margie Tejeda. Hi, cousin.
Margie, she's from California. She's probably driving in those freeways.
I know.
Cousin, prima, be careful on those freeways. But thank you for joining us.
Angie Vasquez.
Angie, thank you so much, Angie. So much. Thank you so much for joining and supporting me. This is a lot of help.
Blanca Martinez.
Blanca, that's a new name too. It's
Yeah.
weird that I'm remembering the names, but Blanca, if it's your first time here with Mr. E, thank you so much for joining us. I want to say thank you.
Alexis Acosta.
Alexis, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, all these new people. I love it. I love it.
Patsy, did I say Patsy Garcia already?
No, you
No.
didn't. Patsy Garcia. Patsy, thank you so much for joining us and looking at us. And it's just exciting, all these people.
Maida,
Mayra,
Salcido, and Silvia Heredia.
Sylvia's a loyal fan. Thank you so much, Mayra. And so is Mayra. Mayra
Yeah.
and Sylvia, thank you for joining us today. And we're sorry about the delay.
Yes.
Things happen.
And then we have, and I'm gonna try this. I think it's just their handle, April Mountains.
Nice to meet you.
Wait, maybe I need my glasses. I don't know.
That would help. But thank you so much for joining us. That's okay. You could say the handle like that because
Yeah.
sometimes that's the way their handle is. But thank you so much.
She would like to know how her careers will go.
Who's that?
Aprilville Mountains.
Okay. So let's so now we're gonna start forecasting the future. So if he wants to know, can you ask her? Well, I'm gonna tell can I ask her? See, that's why not to look at the laptop. But I need to look at you. I just need your date of birth. I don't need the year. Just give me the month. April, because I want to make sure I'm picking up. So as you're doing that, you continue reading and seeing if there's
Yeah.
anything else.
Well, I'm saying her name right. Her name is April Montes.
April Montes. Okay, April.
Oh, I get it. April.
Okay.
Carrusel Mountains.
Okay. So let me just see here. Give me a minute.
July 1st is her birthday.
July 1st. Okay, April. So I was already picking up, but I'm gonna tell you right now, April, I know you want to change. I feel like you want to change or you haven't gotten that job. So either you're in a job that's a little stagnant or you want to change. I'm going to say it's going to take a delay. I feel like there's a delay there. Don't give up though. I feel like you're not pushing yourself to get this job.
Mm.
I feel that you're not really echándole ganas, you're not putting all the effort. There was something I was telling people about is to manifest the job that you want. Think about where you want to be. Look at it and see yourself there, and it will happen. But I think you need just a little bit more of a push, April, but I think you'll get it. I'm going to say either more than a month or 1 to 3 months. I'm going to say that because I'm saying 1 to 3 months. And I am going to say something really fast.
Okay.
So when I'm doing these predictions, other things are happening to me now. Now somebody's happening. So there is a spirit trying to come through. I'm just gonna mention it. You can put it on the chat box. But I feel there's somebody that passed from breast cancer or cancer to the chest because right now they're tugging at me. I'm starting to pick up something. So if that's one of you all, you could put it on the chat. I think it's spread to the throat, or it's either the throat or over here. So if there's somebody out there that knows somebody or struggling through this, I see the throat and the chest because I can't breathe. And they're making it hard for me to breathe. So if somebody wants to validate that, that's okay. Is there anything else coming in?
Yes. April Morales, April 23rd. What does my financial what do my finances look like for the future?
So I'm gonna say again the same thing, April. So this is another April.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you, April, I see this. So this is my symbol that everything's stable. It's not going like this. When it goes like this, it's like there's money coming in. I don't see the dollar signs. When I don't see dollar signs, that means it's stable. So spirit makes me see dollar signs. Right now, not seeing that means that it's gonna be like this. And I know in these tough times that we're going through right now,
Yes.
we all need a little bit more income. But hang in there, April. I don't know if April has 2 kids, 2 or 3 kids, because they keep on telling me 2 or 3. But you could confirm that in the chat. But April, you just be patient. I'm gonna tell you because I feel this, like I'm anxious. So I feel some anxiety right now. That's just my symbol for that you're getting anxious about the money situation, or I feel like you want to get anxious. And this is what I tell people: you can't be afraid of the future because it hasn't happened yet. So don't think about the future. Think about today. Don't think about tomorrow, yesterday, because yesterday is already gone. And I tell people this all the time. This is an advice I give to everybody. We cannot be afraid of the future because it hasn't happened. So think about today. That's all I need you to think about. Okay?
April Morales has 2 kids.
It's you. So I do have a father figure coming in for you, April, because he's telling me about the 2 kids. So it could be a father figure, grandfather, or uncle, because it's above me. That's my symbol that they're older. And so he's telling me to be patient. I do feel the anxiety with her. So just be patient. But you do have an angel taking care of those kids. Okay.
Okay. And April Montes said, "Thank you. Please tell my dad I miss him."
There's a go. There's another father figure coming through.
And we have Monica Estrella. Anything spirit would like me to know?
Okay, Monica, let me see. Huh. So remember to give us your birth month at least, because that does help me connect. Um, can you read it for me again?
Yes. I start working tomorrow. Oh, sorry, wrong one. Anything spirit would like me to know? That's for Monica Estrella.
I think what you need to do, Monica, this is another one, that you need to shake the leaves a little bit from that tree. If you want movement, you have to move. You can't stay home. That you're stagnant. And I like the word in Spanish, estancado, that you're not moving. There has to be change. And I want to tell you, I talked a lot about change because if we don't go with the change in our life, and I'm going to use the example of an apple. This is a beautiful apple, and we don't want this apple to change because it's beautiful. But if we don't go with the change, what's going to happen to the apple after some time?
It's gonna rot.
It's going to rot and it's not going anywhere. It's not going to look beautiful anymore. So we have to change with the times. If there's a change in our life, it's meant for a reason. So I look at this apple as an analogy. I take the seeds and I'm going to plant it over here. So if I plant the seeds of an apple, what do you get?
It grows.
You get more fruit. You get an apple tree. So instead of just looking at one beautiful apple that's going to rot, you need to change. You need to plant that seed and watch all these beautiful apples. Because if you don't go with the change, you are going to stay and rot. So we have to change it. A lot of people don't like change.
No.
But sometimes things happen in life that you have to move on. You can't
Yeah.
think about what happened in the past. Because
Right.
if you think about it, the pain stays there.
Mm.
You have to leave the pain behind and we have to move to the front. Does that make
I
sense?
agree.
Okay.
Yes. April Morales says thank you, and she has a crying emoji.
Oh, I'm sorry, April, and I hope you understand what that means. But remember, those tears that you have there are tears of love. That's
Yeah.
the way I see things.
Um, and let me just get to this one. April Montes says she has 3 kids. LOL. I wonder which April he's feeling.
Well, you know what? I'm feeling two Aprils. And you know what's even a coincidence? And I don't call them coincidence. I call them its spirit. 2 Aprils are contacting me. How weird is that? And
Pretty
when I
weird.
say one
Yeah.
has two and one has 3 kids, I don't know if it's 2 or 3. So whichever
Mhm.
April it is, one April does have 2 kids and one April does have
That's
three
3.
kids. So I'm talking to both of you. And both of you, April, I do have a father figure for both of you that's up there and they're with you. So they're taking care of your children to both April. And it's not because it's the month of April. Who
Whoa.
does that? Oh my gosh.
Now that's really
Spirit
crazy.
is really working.
Oh, yeah.
Spirit's working. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
So Maida Salcido says, I start working tomorrow. I'm nervous and excited. Congratulations.
Yes, congratulations, Maida.
Melly 94 says hello.
Hello, hello. Thank you so much for joining us.
So Y, the letter Y, says, Hi, Mr. EYS, February 28th. I'm dating someone new.
Oh my.
Thoughts? Any thoughts?
Oh, that's I thought you said something else. Not right now, co-host. You can speak a little bit more clear. Because I did not sound a hello. Testing 1, 2. Oh, I could hear. My God, man.
Any thoughts,
Yes,
Mr. A?
I'm gonna tell you. Let him take you out to dinner. Let you guys do what you gotta do. But I'm gonna do. What's your name? YS.
YS.
YS, I'm going to call you that because that's what's on your channel.
Mhm.
YS, I know you're going out on a date, but when I see this symbol, this is my symbol that somebody else that wants to flirt with her. So you have another a gentleman caller, or you have another person, and this is my symbol that is they're looking through the side of the wand, and you've caught somebody else's interest. So YS, you might be going on more than one date later on. Wait a minute now.
You're gonna be busy.
Yes, you are. Order margaritas. Those are always good for the nerves. But good luck on your date. Make sure you join us next time because we want to hear how your date went.
Yeah. Little tequila always
Yeah,
smells
yeah,
good.
there you go.
Melly 94 says, relationships terrify me. What's that looking like for me?
Okay, so remember what I said about the apple. This is what I'm referencing the apple. You need to change. Do not live in the past because that's where your pain is. They're afraid of because of what happened. If I was afraid what happened with all the things that I've been through, I would not be doing this show right now.
Yeah.
I would not be doing this show right now because I'm not going to live in the past. The past is the past, and sometimes we have to turn the chapter and move on because the only one that can write your book is you.
Yourself.
You are the writer of your book. You are the author of your book. So make sure you go and go out there, mingle, socialize. And if you see Mr. E, because Mr. E goes out to the bars too, say hello, Mr. E. No, don't. You don't have to buy me a drink. Maybe 2, but not 1. Because you know it's weird. So some because
What if I'm there? Do I get
wait, did you? But you know what? People are afraid to come up to me and say hello, and they just say, "Oh, I saw you, but I didn't want to bug you." No, I want you to bug me. I want you to say hello to me because they're always telling me, "Oh, I saw you. What? Say hello," because I love meeting people in person.
That's nice.
Yes.
So Melanie 94 says her name is Melissa. Nice to meet you,
Nice
Mr.
to
E.
meet you, Melissa. Thank you so much.
And Vani Alcala says hello.
Hey, Manny, another loyal. And guess what, Manny? I called your dad, my spirit guide, Turi.
Yes.
So Turi's my spirit guide. For those of you who are new on this show, I do call my spirit guides, and I actually called way before it started to making sure that everything worked right. And there was a little kinks at the beginning, but it's working beautiful now.
Yes, we're good.
And so, we might do that intro at the end. You think you could do the intro at the end for the song? So what we're gonna do, those of you that missed the song, they did for me. We're gonna play it at the end so you guys could hear it. I heard a little bit of static.
Yeah,
So
I don't know.
so don't touch anything. I don't know if I have to stand still and talk like this, but no.
Okay, so
Okay.
let me see. Alexis Agostas, March 19th. Hello. Feeling a bit lost lately regarding my career, health, and relationships.
So
I would love to know what my angels might have to say for me.
so Alexis, I'm gonna say the same thing. Uh you're so this is my symbol that there's tension in your life right now. So I always use this because it's like when there's an earthquake, the needle's going da, 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 da. This is you right now. When we're like this is more normal. When you're like this, you did, right? Because nothing's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But her, her needle's going very fast. That means there's a lot of stress. You have to take care of your stress. There's a lot of, I don't know if you guys are hearing the static, but
I
I
can
don't
hear it.
know if there's static. But if you guys are hearing a little bit of static, I apologize. We don't want to touch on that. But I hope you could still hear me. But the needle is going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. That just means that you have to release yourself from some of the stress. Let go of the stress. It's not healthy for you. Again, like I said, go with the change. Don't be afraid tomorrow, but go with the change today. Okay.
Okay. And then Gala says, "Aw, heart emoji
Oh,
faces. I so miss him."
you know what? So do I. I miss the physical, my spirit guide. For those of you who are new, um, I got to meet him in life.
That's nice.
And the day he left, it broke my heart. And people think I don't grieve because of what I do. I do grieve because I miss the physical part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And even though um, I met him through grief,
Mm-hmm.
I became his best friend in my heart. He was my best friend.
Mm-hmm.
And so when we lost Duty, and I'm getting a little emotional, is because he's here with me. And when he left, all of a sudden he started coming to me. And I said, so now you're coming to me in spirit because he knew what I did in life. And so that's why I said, so now that you're here with me, Duty,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put you to work. And he has been doing a fantastic job.
Yes.
When he knows that I'm having difficulty in connecting, he helps me connect. So thank you, Turi, so much because I know you're here right next to me. Okay. So
Okay. Alexis says, "Thank you." E2E says, "I've been feeling very depressed."
okay. So this is what I tell people because I don't know you.
Mhm.
I know there's a phone number somewhere that they might put up. Uh, make an appointment with me. Don't be afraid. They ask me, how much do you charge? It's all by donation. So whatever you want to give me is fine. But the depression has to do that you feel you're stuck. And what I'm feeling right now is that you're stuck also. You feel that you should be up here, but yet you feel yourself down here. Don't look at it that way. It's like saying, the glass is half full
Mhm.
or half empty. It
Mhm.
depends on you watching things. And so be patient. The only one that could make you feel depressed is yourself.
Mhm.
So you need to open up those windows, sage your house, because I did that before the show. I felt a lot of negativity. And so I saged it. Sage your house. Tell yourself every morning that you're going to have a great day. I have a very good friend, Jose, if he's watching me. He tells me every morning, positive vibes to you, have a great day. And he's a very good friend of mine that we have breakfast once a month, while all the old people are old.
Mhm.
And he's I'm gonna call him he's my best friend right now. And he tells me positive vibes every morning. You have to tell yourself that every day.
Mhm.
Okay.
And then we have Sylvia Heredia, August 11th. Any messages?
I'm gonna tell you, Sylvia, your loved ones from the other side are very close. Every time you come in, I just felt your loved ones. I feel that they're surrounding you because right now you're going through some kind of hard time. I feel like you've been thinking about somebody, but I'm going to tell you, all the loved ones who are on the other side, who are now your angels, are with you. So they are gathered around you. I feel like you've been going through something. So just to let you know, it's gonna pass if you are, because I feel that the angels are there because I could see them. And Sylvia, I'm sure I've met her, but in my head, I see angels around the person. That's my symbol for that they're taking care of.
Oh,
Okay, that's the way it works for me.
okay.
So we're live. So now we're gonna see if they could hear us on the. So you can log into there.
Yeah, let me log in here and see if I can get to YouTube.
So we're sorry, all these technical difficulties
What is going on?
that is happening,
Are you on?
and we are on live,
Let's see.
and so we're looking to see. I don't think they got a notification though. And it was going so well too. It was going really good.
I can hear you guys.
You could hear us.
Yes, okay.
Tell me if I have to talk a little bit louder. And we're sorry, but now we're gonna see if you could look at the chats.
I don't see you on here. I don't think I gave them a notification.
You got a notification? No.
Okay, we'll have to go through my phone.
Do you see us over there?
Can you
Okay.
hear us
People
okay?
are saying,
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Okay. So you're gonna get on your phone to read the chats now?
Yes.
This is a lot. This is a lot going on today. Because there's a lot of spirit going on today.
There must have been a lot of negativity.
Yeah, there's a lot of negativity. And why? Because, we can't, because that song was beautiful. We can't play it again though.
No, sorry.
So we're gonna get all this fixed. We're gonna work on our equipment. Again, we're still new to these programs because Rosa's navigating and juggling so many programs. And right now that you get on to see some of the chats that are coming in, is there any chats that they're saying, Victoria, that you could read?
Back on, sounds good.
Or you could see it now?
Mm-hmm. Monica Estrella, okay, she has a question. I know you wanna.
Okay,
You wanna continue
let's
or do
just
you
do it
want me
real
to- okay.
quickly because we have a special guest and we need to get them on.
Yes. She says, Mr. E, my sister and her husband have been having a hard time conceiving. Married 10 years. Do you see her having any kids of her own?
I'm gonna say, so this is what I tell people when it comes to conceiving.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try to conceive. Let it happen.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you're forcing it, it doesn't happen. Do I see them? I still think they're gonna struggle just a little bit more. But tell them not to think about it. And I have a great story about that, but I'm just gonna tell you, I had a friend that said the same thing to me, and I did see a child in her life, and guess what? She ended up with 2.
Oh, wow.
So please don't give up. Tell them to keep on going, but not to try, because when you're thinking about it, it's not gonna happen. But manifest. Tell your sister to manifest herself. Let her see herself holding the baby, and it will happen. So I hope you could hear me. Thumbs up if you can. Anything else?
Yeah, she just said that August, I guess it's her sister's birthday, and his is December. EE says August 28th, any message from my family?
No, but I am going to tell you, I am feeling that breast cancer. So somebody passed away from cancer to the chest. So I don't know if it's breast cancer or cancer in the lungs, but I feel it here. Like they're bugging me. So I'm telling them, nobody's saying anything. I can't relay messages. Oh, and I could see all the people writing in there on the laptop. So I can't see it. I'm so sorry about all the technical difficulties, but you know what I'm going to say it's all about? Because we have all these spirits. They play with technical stuff. That's why I call them energy. Energy, they do affect all the equipment. But we have an assistant now that knows a little bit about
Knows a lot more.
a lot, so we're gonna get him to work next time. He shouldn't have opened his mouth, because I'm gonna have him here all the time.
So EE says that she has breast cancer.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Mm-hmm.
So that person with the breast cancer, they're making me feel that you're gonna do well. You need to continue praying. My prayers are with you. And the reason it is important for you to tell me this is because now I'm feeling the message is coming through.
So when people don't validate messages for me, it's like it's a dam and I'm all stuffed up. It doesn't come through. So I'm gonna tell you right now, keep the faith. God is with you. And I'm sure that everybody that's looking at us right now is praying for you, and I send my prayers to you. Keep the fight. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm a cancer survivor myself. I'm in remission. They only had told me a little bit about so many years, but guess what? I'm already tripled it. So only God knows when it's time to go. But there's something you have to do on your part, is you have to fight. So continue the good fight, and I want to say thank you to my cancer buddy out there, whoever that EE is.
And Monica Estrella said, thank you. Vero Silva, hi primos, hi,
Hi,
Vero,
primo.
loud and clear. Veronica Silva, what do you see for my family?
I see that your family, I'm going to tell you something, prima. I feel that there's another baby coming.
Oh my God.
So I just saw the baby. So there's another baby coming. So keep an eye on that, prima. That's the first thing that popped in my head.
That's like 100 grandkids for her.
I know, she's so blessed. Oh my goodness.
Laura Chavez, June 1st, any message from my parents?
I'm going to tell you this is weird, but they have the dog on the other side. So they have the pet. That's all it is. So they have the pet.
Okay.
Anything else that we have to,
Yeah, Rose Douglas, 1255.
that's probably her.
My brother didn't die from the lungs?
No. So I'm going to tell you right now, Rose, I don't think that message was for you, but I'm going to tell you, keep the faith, Rose, because I know what is going on right now. So keep the faith, keep the faith. Things are going to be going your way. Things are going to start shifting.
Okay, so Melissa said Victoria shared a bit of your testimony, so encouraging. Aprilville Mountain says, one more question, please. With my two careers, do I have to choose between the two, or will I be able to keep both?
I'm going to tell you, you'll probably be able to keep both, but you have to focus on you too. So remember, you have to give yourself self-care. So self-care is very important. So make sure you have that self-care. But she will be able to do both. If you really want both, I could feel you're really going to do both.
Angie Vasquez says, I wasn't able to hear you if you had any messages for me, October 11th. I don't know if you remember what you were saying, because I don't, sorry.
What was your question? Because I don't remember, because I'm channeling so many spirits right now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to tell you this, Angie. They're showing me the reference of the car. So there's a reference to your car. If you're thinking of buying or selling a car, and if that's not the case, I feel like there's going to be a fender bender. So be aware of your driving. I see the fender bender. So if your kids are driving and they're teenagers, tell them to be aware of the fender bender. I have to say what I feel and see.
Vero says, thank you, I wonder who.
Oh, another baby shower. So let's do this. We're going to have to introduce our guest now.
Yes.
And I'm sorry for the delay, because we, you know, for the first time we have a studio audience, and look at what happened. We have a studio audience and all this happened. So we are going to introduce our guest. So I'm going to have our guest come in here. Let's give them a round of applause, everybody. Do you want to walk around this way? And we're going to get, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about our guest. The reason our guest is something magical happened to me yesterday, so we're going to have our guests come in, and I know you're going to have to talk a little bit, and we're going to have to squeeze in a little bit so that we could all get in there. And you see, there you go. Hey, that's perfect, right?
Yes.
So we're going to have to talk a little about that, but I'm going to ask you just to introduce yourselves.
My name is Joshua Acosta.
I'm Dalia Costa.
Now, Joshua lost his voice, and so that's
Yes.
why you hear him a little hoarse. And they're a couple, they're a married couple. And the reason they're here with you today is because I did invite them because something magical happened yesterday. And I do readings every day. And yesterday something happened, and I've been telling people this, Joshua, and I told my own family after our meeting yesterday, that, you know, I always make fun of my gift, and I call it my spidey senses tingling, because I have an uncle that said this to me one time. With great power comes responsibility. That was my Uncle Ben. Anyway, that was a funny. I don't know who's out there. But anyway, when I say my spidey sensitivity, is that after I had these doors closed behind me, new doors open. I believe in God open new doors. And you guys are actually one of the doors. And what's happening with my ability is just shot up 100 times more. So I'm able to now see clear, and I can't explain it, but this has been happening for the past 2 to 3 weeks. So when you came yesterday, that clarity, and I told you guys it's freaky because I still get goosebumps. And this clarity is coming and something happened. But when was the last time you guys did see me before yesterday?
About a year ago.
About a year ago. And a year ago, I'm not going to remember you because I had trouble yesterday and remembering who they were because I see people every day. So, you know, they say, oh, we've been here last week. I'm not going to remember because it's every day. So when you guys came a year ago, I still didn't know who you guys were. It took me a while.
Yeah.
It took me a while, but I really didn't know. And something also about your wife, Valerie, she's actually won the book last week on the show.
Yeah.
So I was giving away a book and she won the book. And this is what's so special about Spirit. Spirit knows who to give the book to. Do you want to tell them what you do for a living?
Yes, I'm actually an autism specialist for one of our area school districts. And I do have a lot of kiddos who unfortunately go through the process of losing a parent. So when I logged in at the last slide, I actually was only able to be in for a little bit. Me and my sister-in-law she was doing my nails and we finished up, so we logged off. So I didn't even know that I had won the book until I was able to reach out to Mr. Ian. He was like, oh, your name sounds familiar, you won the book. So I didn't even know that I was the winner.
Then that's exciting because you know what? Spirit knows who to give the book to. And just like I tell people when I do readings, it's not what you want to hear, it's what you need to hear. So Spirit knows, you know, a lot of people say, oh, my so-and-so family didn't come through. Well, because they didn't have a message for you. Spirit knows when they need to come through to give these messages. So then, I know they're still chatting. If you could let us know anything on the chat box, because we could see it. I could see stuff popping up there. And so, so then they came for a reading.
Yes.
Right? And what was specifically that you guys came to see me for yesterday?
So a lot of like what the chat was saying, jobs and finances, health issues, things like that we kind of have been hitting a wall with. And I'm speaking just both of us.
Yeah, it's really hard to talk right now.
But basically that just kind of hitting that wall with careers and health and all of that fun stuff that everybody kind of worries every day about. So we just wanted to step in with Mr. E because we hadn't been in a while together otherwise. I had gone once by myself, but together we hadn't gone in a while, so we wanted to kind of just touch base and see if our angels had anything to say.
And it took a turn.
Yeah.
Because we discuss some of what they come. So when people come and see me, they come and see me about what you just said, finances, relationships, or health issues. But in this particular case, something magical happened, and it turned like 360.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not what Spirit was going to tell you. So do you want to tell us a little bit about what happened? Who came through?
My father came through, and it was quite an experience this time, because it felt so like much more real and more, I guess, like in tune with everything that was going on, and just the questions that were asked and the answers that we received were obviously something that, I mean, Mr. E would have known. So that was like just mind blowing. And as far as like the experience, at one point, you know, me and Mr. E were talking, and we were kind of going through some of the, I guess,
Some of the emotions,
yeah,
right?
emotion.
But before you get into that, and I'm not going to be specific, but can I say that you're his dad passed in a tragedy.
Yeah.
And that's all I'm gonna say, it was a tragedy, and so it was unexpected.
Mhm.
And all this time, there was some family members that felt maybe they could have done something different to prevent tragedy. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times there's nothing we could do.
Yeah.
And so some people have this mindset that maybe there was something they could have done and this tragedy wouldn't have happened. And I tell people that's not the way it works.
Yeah.
So he passed in a tragedy,
Yeah.
and you were feeling a little guilty.
Yes. That was.
Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Before everything happened, you know, me and my father kind of just had a little bit of an argument over something. And like how it usually is, it's always something dumb. And, you know, me being younger, because it happened, I had barely turned 18. So the day that he passed, I felt very guilty because the last thing that we did was argue instead of enjoy our time. And I had so much guilt at the time, and it carried on with me. I'm 38 now, and I, you know, recently realized that holding on to that guilt was holding me back.
But when did that happen? What happened yesterday?
Yesterday it
So
happened.
this is what happened yesterday, because your dad had a message. Now talk about the experience that your dad had through me to give you this message that you finally said.
I had to let go of that guilt and, you know, live my life the way I should, because that guilt is honestly, I don't think people understand the severity and how hard it can be on a person. But, you know, after yesterday and the message he sent, I was just, I literally saw like the silver lining, like we talked about it. It changed my perspective a lot. And I just, now I look at things in a way that I wasn't looking at them before. Like now I just want to stay positive and keep living my life like I should. And I want to keep living it to its fullest, because if you don't live life to your fullest, then.
And that was a message that your dad was trying to convey yesterday.
Exactly.
You told me something yesterday as your dad was, I was channeling your dad. Because I told you your dad is inside of me now.
Mhm.
And what did you tell me?
Well, when they were talking, it got kind of emotional, and at one point I was sitting across from you, but the subject that we were talking about, like, it had me wanting to get up and actually hug you, because I like felt my dad in the room, like if he was there right in front of me, and I had the urge to go and hug you. I refrained, but I did, like I was there, and I started crying just because there's something about having a spirit there in front of you, I mean, that you've had your whole life. It's like you know it's them.
And there was a point in the reading, which this is where my spidey sense, like to call it, my spiritual awareness took over, and I said, your dad is in me. Because at one point, I started calling him Mijo.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And how was that? How did you see that? When I started calling him Mijo, and I'm like, what am I doing? But it wasn't me, it was your dad talking to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, and I think I didn't have the pleasure of meeting Josh's dad, unfortunately, but from the stories and everything that Josh has told me, just the character of his dad and who he was, the way even how you were talking was not the way that we were talking when we walked in.
Mhm.
It kind of was like a dad, like, you're not doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this. It was very father figure, and it felt that way in the moment.
And so I became his father for that reading. And I'm telling, inside of me, it's like you seen the movie Ghost, where Whoopi is channeling. That is what happened to me, that your dad took over, And I could feel him moving my lips saying, mijo, and giving you that fatherly advice. And that's why you saw spirit and wanted to hug me.
Yeah.
So then there was a point when we finished, and I said, well, I want to give you your hug because I feel that was needed. And so at the point that I hugged you,
Yeah.
I felt his dad in me.
Yeah, and
What did you feel?
I felt like I was hugging my father at that point. Like, the embrace was what really was different, because you can hug somebody, but it's just, the embrace made me feel like at that time I was hugging my father. And like I told you, my dad passed away when I was super young, and I physically missed holding him because I remember what it was like when I was a kid. And at that point, hugging you, I felt like I was a kid again, holding my dad.
And you know what? I noticed that you hugged me
Mhm.
like a kid.
Yeah,
I thought I was hugging a kid. And it made me very emotional, but not me. It was your dad.
Mhm.
And when I held you, I didn't want to let go
yeah,
because I felt, and see, this is what I tell people. Our physical body stays here. That doesn't work anymore. But what doesn't die is his soul. What doesn't die is his love for you. Does that make sense?
yeah.
So his love continues to consume you. His soul is still here.
Mhm.
And now because of this connection that we had yesterday, I told him I'm probably not gonna see you ever again. I felt like I'm not gonna see you ever again. And you left, and I was still talking to your dad. He said, he's gone. And I said, but he's gone already. He left.
I didn't know that.
Yes. And so I didn't think he was gonna communicate with me anymore.
Mhm.
And you text me
Yeah,
this morning.
yeah.
Why did you do that?
Because it was just very, the experience yesterday was very different compared to the first time that I had been here. And I think, like yesterday when we talked, it was more of like me telling you, I just missed the love that I had for my dad. Because he was a very loving man, and everybody loved to be around him. And like I said, at that moment when I hugged you, I felt it again. And like I felt good remembering that. And that's why I texted you this morning, because like I said, this morning I woke up and I saw things very different for the first time in a really long time. And that feeling, I don't ever want to lose it again.
And you're not, because now I tell Josh, and then I start to call him mijo, and I say, I'm not trying to call you mijo, but it's your dad. Because now, when spirit consumes me and uses me as a vessel, we are now connected
Yeah.
until you want to be connected.
Mhm.
So now I tell him I see him as my son.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you noticed that when you came in,
Mhm.
what happened?
We hugged.
We hugged again. I didn't even hug you, Valerie. And then I go inside. But we hugged. I don't even think you saw that, Valerie. But we hugged. And it was just an instinct, like,
Yeah.
it's my son. Your dad is still here with me now. And he's telling me this. This is my symbol. And he's saying, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And when I saw what you did and what you do for a living, you're in a what you do for a living is sometimes dangerous.
Yeah.
And I saw that today, what you showed me.
Mhm.
But at the same time, your dad is saying, I'm protecting you, but I love you still.
Mhm.
And he continues to love you. And he says, this is my symbol for wipe the slate clean.
Yeah.
Whatever happened in the past, that doesn't matter. what he's doing now is loving you.
Yeah.
So he continues, and he waited such a long time
Yeah.
to come for
Yeah.
this to happen,
Yeah.
Josh. And so I just want to thank you for sharing your story,
No, thank you.
because something's going on with me now spiritually that I'm starting to see things. You know, I would say before it was like a 80%, but now it's like 100 plus. Things are happening to my ability that I can't describe it. And what happened yesterday,
Yeah.
I was like, Spirit is now in me. It's kind of taking over me and wanting to do this. So now is that we have a connection,
Yeah.
which is weird, you know? And I just really, even though he said he came a year ago, I feel like I just met you yesterday.
Yeah.
Because a year ago it was just person after person that I read. But
Mhm.
this is different. Yesterday was so spiritual, right? Valerie, it was just,
That's what we talked about kind of on the way home, and just you know, when we were getting ready for bed. It was just we kind of mentioned, like, you said things things that I don't think that he had ever really even said out loud. And I think it was because that connection was so strong that it had to come out. And I think once, you know, certain things that he said that came out, it was different. Even going to sleep, it was different. Waking up, it was different. I got like the most beautiful text this morning.
wow.
It was just very positive,
And he
the
changed
last
as a
video.
person.
Yeah.
Your outlook on life completely changed.
Mhm.
and it was just yesterday.
And that was just yesterday. And now you're here today listening to this, and that's one of the reasons I invited him, because to let you know that I can't stop doing what I do,
Oh,
because this is why I do what I do, and this is why we turn on the candle, and this is why I'm not gonna stop. In spite of what other people might say, it doesn't matter what other people say, because remember what I said earlier in the chats, that I'm the author of my book, and I'm the only one that's gonna write my story. So I do wanna thank you for coming and sharing your wonderful story with us. But there's something we were discussing, because he is a drummer and he's in a band, and there's something we're discussing about
music.
music. So my son and I, Josh, are now gonna write another theme song, and he's gonna involve another band member, right? And we're gonna come up with a song, and maybe you guys could perform it.
Oh, wow.
And that would be nice to record it. And we'll make sure that everything works, right, Rosa?
Yes, sir. I'm trying.
So
Don't
we are
fire
gonna
me.
do that. So thank you so much for joining us today. Do you wanna come around this way, Rosa? And we're gonna stay here. And I wanna say thank you to El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez, and everybody that's watching me out there. I'm gonna continue what I do because of the connections I have with them. And I feel that I wanna be talking to you for a long time, to both of you.
Oh, for sure.
I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna, in front of all of them, in front of the studio audience that we have out there, and in front of you all who are supporting me, I wanna welcome you to Mr. East family.
Thank you.
And now you're part of me as well.
Thank you.
Because I see you and I get emotional because your dad is here with me. And
Thank you.
we have, and you know, I don't wanna cry right now because we're on TV, but it's your dad that's making me cry. Because the crying, it's not a bad thing.
No.
Those are tears of love. So thank you, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. Thank you for joining us. And now, what I do before every ending, and I'm gonna have you guys do this for me, Josh, mijo.
My
Yes.
nephew and niece.
You just got an extended family now. I want you to say something to your dad and blow out the candle. And I'm gonna tell you this. He says thank you, but I love you more. And he's getting emotional again. Oh my goodness, this is an emotional show today. So thank you again, El Paso, Las Cruces, and Juarez. On behalf of Mr. E
And Rosa.
Josh and Valerie. You don't know that I know, but I know. Good night, everybody.